In this episode, Apple bans sexy apps, Google hearts Wikipedia, and school spying part 2. QuickSurf Internet Media presents The Geekinator, talking about all things tech and geek. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm your host Adrian, coming to you almost live from lovely Studio C1 at QuickSurf Internet Media in Phoenix, Arizona. The Geekinator is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech gets here, do feel free to head on over to www.techpodcast.com. And if you like any of my shows, you'll certainly find other technology-related shows over there as well. You can find the Geekinator podcast or videocast, as it now is, at online at quicksurf.com. You can also find us at blip.tv, YouTube, Vimeo. There's a variety of other places, as well as Boxy and Roku. So feel free to check those out. And let's go ahead and get into the stories for Season 3, Episode 5. From TechCrunch, there's a story entitled Apple. There's pornography on my iPhone. The app is called Safari. You made it. Now, this story is largely not about whether or not there is salacious material on the iPhone, but more about Apple's double standards with dealing with it. Thus far, they've removed nearly 5,000 apps that don't meet their terms of, their end user agreement for posting applications to the application store. But yet still, nonetheless, there are apps that would be considered porn and are still there. In fact, one of them, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition application, is featured on their homes, on the home screen of the App Store. And so this really isn't about what they're allowing or not allowing on the App Store. It's really about what's up with the double standard. And the author of the story here, M.G. Siegler, writes a very good has a very good write-up of some of the problems that are going on with the App Store and what Apple needs to do to fix it. And these are very valid concerns. I mean, this could happen. You could have it where Apple says, you know what, we don't want anything. I mean, it's not just, the sexy apps. They do the same thing for applications that they say duplicates functionality, or it's a double-edged sword that they've opened up, and unfortunately, it's having the potential to really cut them, despite their efforts to not let it. From Wired.com, there's a story under their threat level subsection, which is the privacy, crime, and security online. A school district halts webcam surveillance. Now, in the last episode of the Geekinator, we reported on the class action lawsuit at the Harriton High School, that the Harriton High School in Merriam, Pennsylvania, was spying on their students with this spyware that was installed on the computers that were issued to the students. Well, according to this story, they are deactivating a webcam theft tracking program secretly lodged on 2,300 student laptops following allegations the device was used by administrators to spy on a boy at home. I think given concerns of parents and community members, I think we have a responsibility to at least take a pause and review the policy, Lower Merion School District spokesman Doug Young said in a telephone interview Thursday evening. The move came a day after the 6,900 pupil district, which provides students with its 2 high schools free MacBooks, was sued in federal court on allegations it was undertaking a dragnet surveillance program targeting its students, an allegation the district denied. Young said the computer tracking program was activated a handful of times solely to track a missing laptop. Now, as we covered in the previous episode, the whole reason why this came up is because one of the boys that owned the laptop was disciplined at school over behavior that he was having, or over his behavior at home, and a picture of that was taken by his laptop, and a school administrator was disciplining him over this. And this brought up the whole, wait a minute, they're spying on me at home, right? Well, a little bit of a clarification. This may or may not be true, but according to the school, that software was installed primarily to track down stolen laptops, and the program basically enables the district to capture an image of the desktop and whatever is in front of the screen for law enforcement to help track down the missing computer. So it's not like it's just a webcam that's recording live video and all that other good stuff. It's more about you know, they have a missing laptop. Now, whether or not it's activated in circumstances outside of, you know, they have a reported missing laptop or not, nobody knows. But, well, we don't know yet. But the primary goal of it was not to spy on students, according to the administrator, Doug Young. Now, the article does point out that they did not disclose to the students that was the case, and that's one area where they potentially messed up. It would have been okay if they had disclosed, hey, in the event that you have a lost or stolen laptop, we have this software that we can activate. This is how it works. To try to find the stolen or missing laptop. So that's one area that they could have messed up. They didn't disclose that it was there, and that's really what they're gonna get hit over. From Mashable, there's a story here entitled "Google Gives $2 Million to Wikipedia's Foundation." This is very interesting. Google has opened up its charity wallet once again. This time, the search giant has donated $2 million to the Wikimedia Foundation, an organization that runs and maintains Wikipedia. The donation, in true social media fashion, was announced via tweets from Wikipedia founder Jimmy Wales and Wikimedia Foundation Advisory Board member Mitch Kapor. Neither Google nor the Wikimedia Foundation have made an official announcement yet. It's supposed to come tomorrow, which it has, because this story is a few days old, but you have to forgive me here. I'm fighting off a cold. Figured I'd go ahead and get the recording before my voice was completely gone. So I find this very interesting. It makes me kind of wonder, you know, Google has the do no evil, right? But it really makes me wonder, are they just being generous, or do they really have some other plans for this? Valid questions. Well, that'll pretty much do it for this edition of the Geekinator. As always, I thank you for watching and or listening if you're listening to an older episode. As always, visit us on the web, quicksurf.com, and you can subscribe directly to the downloadable content that I make available there in the show notes. However, if you're watching at YouTube, blip.tv, Vimeo, Boxy, Roku, all those sites, you can also subscribe there as well. And I everything that I post here on the main site also ends up at those endpoint destination sites. So do feel free to subscribe, and I will see all of you on the next episode. See you then. Bye.